we're going to be talking about content marketing. Morning, Scott.
Good morning.
How are you?
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Great to have you.
I'm doing great.
Okay, so I'm a small, medium business and I want to get into the content marketing. What are some initial first steps? How can I get started, and what are the things that I should be looking at doing to get myself into using this content marketing?
Well, we have 101 no.
Is that at 101?
To keep it really simple, I mean, there's actually a lot to think about, but the very first thing to think about is to develop the content strategy. What is going to be your strategy? What kind of content? So questions you can ask yourself, all right, is who are we? What is our brand? What are we about? Who do we want people to believe that we are? What can we engage in the community? Sometimes people get
figuring out your message.
Figuring out your message and how you want to communicate is probably the first step, because you want to stay kind of true to that and what your brand is, and no matter what you're doing. So you want to figure that out as kind of step one. Step two is to think about, you don't always have to write exactly about what it is that you do.
Right.
You can write about the stuff that is around what you do. You can ask a problem, what is the problem that our community is having that I might be able to get involved in and add some expertise to and help them solve that problem.
Okay.
That becomes content that you can do and write about and share, and it shows you're involved in the community. That's content marketing. So you need to go through those series of questions in the community and other businesses. What are the peripheral things about our business, you know, that we can help, like a real estate agent? They sell houses.
That'd be a good example, yeah.
But they could write articles about how to do some landscaping around the house to increase the value of the house. It doesn't have anything to do with selling houses, but it has to do with maintaining the value and the look and the feel of your house so that you can resell it later. So ideas like that.
I've had some realtors with the social media and also helping them out with their blogging and kind of picking a theme. I had one realtor who her background was in home economics. And so her content wasn't, it was some about how to buy a house and those types of things, about a third of it, but some of it was about how to host a holiday party and, you know, what right buying times are, some decorative stuff and picking paint colors and stuff like that, which were a little bit more, like you said, peripheral, but related.
Right. So, I mean, that all works. The other thing is you got to ask is, what do people want to engage with?
Right.
Is your brand boring? There are some brands that are just flat out boring and people don't necessarily want to talk, so you're going to have to think a little differently.
Right.
You know, people don't want to talk about their dental work.
Yes.
You know, those type of, that kind of, so you're going to have to think about different types of things that you can do to engage in content media. So ask questions, what kind of pain can we solve for people? And just brainstorm a list of 100 different things that you can do that are either related or semi-related, or just don't close your mind off when you're going through the exercise. Just write them all down, then go back and filter through and write that all down so that when you come up with that, you can come up with a strategy and do that. And ask the reverse of that. How can what can we do to help people accomplish their dreams, their goals, where they're trying to get to? How can we help them improve their life? Appeal to what humans like to talk about, and that's, they like to talk about pain and what's going on. They like to talk about their goals and their future and exciting things, what they want to do and how you can help them. And they like stories of how people are involved in the community and helping people go from underdog to winner. And those are the things that become shareable and useful in content marketing.
It starts to become, those are the things people are searching on, right? So now you have this list, you know, you kind of take a look at that list and say, now, here's the types of things people are going to be actually searching for. When they go online and they go in and they type into the search thing, this is what they're going to be looking for.
Right.
Do you use that as you select your different topics?
Oh, most definitely. So if you have Google Analytics on your website, so you can go in and create filters on the back end. Can't tell you how today, but you can filter on how, what, why, who, is, where, you know, different words that will indicate a question that people are searching on. and it'll pull up all the inquiries that people found your website and what questions are there. So
Okay.
you can go type those in. So if you're a pest control or like we're search engine optimization or online marketing, it's, how does online marketing work? What is SEO?
Right.
Or various different questions. So if people are searching on those, then you know that it's something that it might be worth writing something about,
Right.
writing an article, creating a PFD, doing a PowerPoint, doing a, some variation of answering that question.
Okay.
So, another thing to think about of what to do is ask yourself, what are you good at in terms of communicating with?
Right.
Especially if you're going to do the content marketing on your own. If you don't write well, don't write.
Blog.
Maybe you like
do
being
video
in front of
blog.
a camera.
Okay.
Do video blogs.
Right.
Maybe you don't like being in front of a camera, but you're a good speaker. Do podcasts.
Well, another one might be, if you're good at spreadsheets, right? You might build some spreadsheet or some Word or format tools that people can use. That's
Yes.
part of content as well.
People are always looking for tools to make life easier.
Yeah.
If you like going out doing seminars, workshops, do seminars and workshops. That's
Right.
content. So you can have somebody there that's
Okay.
blogging about it while you're talking. They can be videotaping it. I mean, the other thing you want to do with all this content is repurpose it.
Right.
So you can do a video, you can do a blog, you can write an article, you can do a press release, you
Yeah.
can create a PFD, you can create a little slideshow, you can create a little video. It's all the same content repurposed for different things.
Yeah, so and that actually is a good lead into my next question, which is about campaigns. I've been looking at, instead of just marketing all over the place, kind of starting to focus things a little bit more into a functional campaign. How would you go about kind of bringing in your content marketing? You said, hey, repurpose it, but how would you kind of format a campaign around and use content marketing in that aspect of it?
So you see a lot of campaigns worked around ebooks or
Right.
white papers, how to do something.
Right.
Or 7 steps to accomplish so-and-so.
Right.
So you can use that. So instead of trying to market your particular solution,
Right.
you market to generate leads your white paper. So you can create a whole campaign around the 7 steps to content marketing.
Right.
You could do an AdWords campaign on that.
Okay.
You could do a pay-per-click in Facebook and LinkedIn. You could do a little radio spot on that. You could
Just
do
your
an
social
integrated
media posts. You don't even have
Just-
to pay for it. Just the
just
posts that you
a
make
post
about that.
about that. So your marketing becomes not marketing about your company necessarily
Right.
anymore, which people are kind of
Well, it's
kind
tough
of
to
getting
get through
tired
the
of the
clutter.
look at me marketing.
It's tough to get
Right.
through the clutter and all the
Exactly.
and all the stuff that's out there
Right.
with just a simple branding message anymore.
Right, and this helps kind of cut through that because you're offering something for free that could be valuable, and curiosity will usually win the day over. So
Yeah.
people will, especially if it's free and it's easy for them to get, then those types of tools, and then you require some information from them.
Yeah.
A name, a number, the best thing is to get emails and build your email list and then do email marketing, because you hear a lot of downplay about email marketing, but quite frankly, it's still the
Still
most
effective,
powerful
yeah.
marketing tool out there. Once you have it, it creates more revenue than any other form of marketing.
Right. Well, and so I think what you're saying there with the campaign is you can build the content and then build a campaign around that. Or I've also seen where, TV commercials or even television shows, their content is there in that show, and then they're sending people to the website to download something or to help choose the right ending or to vote on such and stuff, right?
Right.
So they're kind of using the content and then sending them out to do other things in order to collect that information and collect
Correct.
the following.
Right. Engaging them in the conversation to keep that
Good.
story going.
Great.
Yep.
Well, I'd like to thank Scott, CEO of Rev Builders, for being our guest this morning. And Scott, we've talked a lot about content marketing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Rev Builders and marketing?
Well, real quick, because we're kind of here right at the end,
we're
but
right at the end.
Rev Builders, we find out what your pain is, what you're trying to solve in terms of a company and where you're trying to get, and then help you get there through various marketing activities. So search engine optimization, online marketing, email marketing, content marketing, whatever's new next week marketing. We will help you generate leads and sales and increase the revenue at your company.
Yeah.
That's what we do, bottom line. It's pretty
and
straightforward.
and I think you help people figure out if that new shiny object in marketing is really for them or not,
right.
too.
All this stuff isn't for everybody. Just
That's
because
right.
it's new and everyone's talking about it doesn't mean you should necessarily be doing it.
That's right.
So it depends on a lot of different things that are going on in your company.
Great. Well, that sounds like a great business. And thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And thank you for joining us here on Be Better at Business TV. Remember that better business leads to better decisions, and that leads to better results.